She came to the film set by accident. And stayed, forever. Ava wasn't looking for love. She showed up as an extra with her friends, laughter, and coffee in hand. Sebastian worked with sound, quiet, focused, real. One awkward step, one cable, one look. Between takes, a silence appeared, the kind that says more than words. A first date, a first kiss, shared mornings in an apartment filled with light. An engagement, a wedding. This isn't a story about grand gestures. It's about love that listens. About a home that begins in the heart. Where sound heard the heart.
Love Stories Max. Welcome to my channel. Enjoy watching, friends.
Where sound heard the heart. I didn't come to the film set looking for love. Honestly, I came for coffee, a little adventure, and funny photos with my friends. We signed up as extras almost by accident. Why not? I said back then. It was early morning, still a little chilly, and the air smelled like cables, dust, coffee in cardboard cups, and some strange feeling I couldn't name at the time. I was laughing while they explained where to stand, what to do, and what absolutely not to do. Which we, of course, still messed up. And that's when I saw him. He was standing a little off to the side. Headphones on. Focused. A bit serious. And incredibly real. Sebastian was the sound engineer. I didn't know the word for it back then. I just thought, wow. He hears the world deeper than most people. And of course, I immediately did something maximally awkward. I decided to step over a cable. Didn't notice another one. Got tangled. And almost fell. Careful, he said, catching my elbow just in time. We froze. Me, eyes wide open. Him, slightly surprised, slightly smiling. I started and stopped, because my brain decided to take a vacation. Cables are vengeful, he said seriously. They don't like newcomers. I laughed, really laughed. The kind of laugh that feels like you've known someone for a long time. I'm Ava, and apparently, the enemy of cables. Sebastian, protector of people from cables. That was it. No fireworks. No drama. Just warm. Later, he would glance at me sometimes when he thought I wasn't looking. I pretended to be busy. But every time I caught that look, my heart did a small thump. During a break, he brought me a coffee. Did I guess right? Perfect. And that was strange, because he really did guess right. We talked between takes. About small things. About the music he listens to while editing. About how I love rain and mornings without plans. About how he collects vinyl records but feels a little embarrassed to admit it. Once, I sat down in his work chair and he said, "That's a place of responsibility." "I'm responsible," I said seriously. "You almost fell over a cable." But gracefully. He laughed so genuinely that I wanted to remember that sound forever. The shooting day ended. I thought, so did our story. But he walked up to me, hesitating a little. "I don't know if this is appropriate, but if you ever want coffee without cables, here's my number." I saved it immediately. Named it Sebastian. The one. Then came messages late into the night. Long walks. Silence that didn't feel heavy. Hands that found each other on their own. He taught me how to listen to silence. I taught him how to laugh louder. We fell in love not suddenly, but deeply. Through little things. The way he covers me with a blanket even when I'm not asleep. The way I leave notes in his jacket pockets. The mornings when he makes tea quietly because he knows I'm not ready for words yet. Sometimes I think, how lucky I was to get tangled in those cables. Because they led me to the person with whom I learned not to be afraid of the future. And if someone ever asks me where I found love, I'll smile and say, on a film set, where sound heard the heart. After we met, the film set stopped being just a workplace. It became a place where I listened for sounds, not of the camera, but of his footsteps. I started noticing Sebastian everywhere. The way he automatically adjusted his headphones. The way he carefully wrapped cables, as if afraid of hurting them. The way he frowned when something was wrong with the sound, and softened instantly when he looked at me. "You're looking in the wrong direction again," I teased him once. "I'm looking where it's quiet," he said. "And it's always calm near you." I didn't answer. I just remembered it. During one of the takes, a light rain started falling. Not in the script. Everyone panicked. Sebastian quietly walked over and placed his jacket over my shoulders. "You said you like rain," he said. "I do. Just not being soaked. Then let's compromise." We stood close. Very close. I could feel the warmth of his shoulder and the way his breath slowed. The world was loud, but between us, it was quiet. When filming ended, he didn't rush to leave. "A first date should be something simple, right?" he asked. "Yes. Simple is the hardest. Then coffee, a walk, and no cables." I said yes. Our first date was slow. We walked through the city like we had nowhere else to be. Like time decided to wait for us. He held his coffee with both hands. I hid my fingers inside my sleeves. "May I?" he asked softly and took my hand. His hand was warm, steady, the kind you're not afraid to trust. We stopped near a small bridge. Streetlights reflected in the water. He looked at me like he was listening. Not with his ears, but with his heart. "I really want to kiss you," he said honestly. "But I don't want to scare you." I stepped closer. "Then just stay." His kiss was slow, gentle, real, no rush, no expectations. The kind that makes the world feel softer. And I thought, this is how love begins, not loudly, but right. Our relationship didn't get louder. It got deeper. We began sharing mornings in Sebastian's apartment, a bright space with large windows, wooden floors, and a kind of silence that didn't feel empty. It always smelled faintly of coffee, vinyl records, and calm. In the living room stood his speakers and record player. He played music very softly, as if afraid of waking not me, but our happiness. I loved walking barefoot, touching the cool glass of the windows, watching the city slowly wake up. Sebastian made breakfast, not because he had to, but because he loved taking care. "I don't know how to make it look pretty," he'd say. "But you make it honest," I'd reply. And that was enough. Sometimes we worked side by side. I sat at the kitchen table with my laptop while he checked sound levels in his headphones, focused, serious. I watched him and thought that his job was about hearing what others miss. That's how he heard me too. We learned how to live slowly. To meet evenings without rushing. To leave notes for each other. To hug in the hallway for no reason at all. One morning, he asked me to step out onto the balcony. I did. The sunrise was soft and warm, as if made just for us. He came up behind me and took my hands. "Do you remember the cables?" he asked quietly. "How could I forget? They led me to you. And I don't want to get lost again." He went down on one knee. The world grew quiet once more. "Ava, you are my home. Will you marry me?" I didn't say yes right away. I cried. I nodded. I held him as tightly as if I'd been waiting for this my whole life. And that's how we got engaged, in quiet light and love, in a home we built inside each other. 1 year later, a year since I said, yes, on that balcony, not yet knowing how deeply that single word would change my life. A year of love, quiet, mornings, and certainty. Our wedding was exactly what we wanted, not loud, but real. Bright, warm, as if the whole day was gently holding us in its hands. I remember standing in front of the mirror in a simple dress, touching my wedding ring. My heart was calm. I wasn't nervous. I knew. Sebastian was waiting for me under the open sky. No headphones. No cables. Just him, my husband. As I walked toward him, the world faded away. All that remained was the sound of my breath and his eyes, attentive, deep, full of home. "I promise to listen to you," he said in his vows, "even when you're silent." "And I promise to be your calm," I answered, "when the world gets too loud." We laughed through tears, held hands like we might get lost, even though we'd already found each other. Now we have a home. Not just an apartment with big windows and soft music in the mornings. But a home in gestures. In looks. In the way he covers me with a blanket when I fall asleep on the couch. In the way I touch his shoulder as I walk past. We still work, he with sound, me with my own things. Sometimes I catch him taking off his headphones and looking at me, as if checking whether I'm still here. I always am. Sometimes we're quiet, and that quiet isn't empty. It's love that has learned how to be still. 1 year later, I know this. Love isn't fireworks. It's a light that doesn't fade. And if someone asks me where our story began, I'll smile and say, where sound heard the heart, and the heart found home.